Okay. Excuse me. Good morning, Groovers. I'm Ursula Faye from EBANSHI, and here on behalf of 1 Million Meditators, welcome to the Earth Reverence Healing Circle for today, the 22nd of October. If you're joining me on Instagram, I'm playing with a filter today because I'm not feeling particularly sparkling in and of myself, so we're trying a little sparkly filter. Facebook, you just got me as I am. Sorry about that. Been a rough week all around for souls, I think, this week. I don't think I've had an entire night's sleep that hasn't been interrupted this week. Lots of ascension stuff going on, lots of soul work, lots of activations, downloads, all kinds of stuff going on. The Earth's really feeling it. We're all really feeling it. So it is what it is, but, you know, those of us who have been on this journey for a while doing, you know, deep soul work, spiritual ascension work, we know it goes with the territory. It doesn't always feel fabulous when you're having the deepest, most meaningful part of the journey. Hi Sam, nice to see you again. Yeah, anyone else that's jumping on, great to see you in the comments. And oh, you're in Mexico, cool. And where you're from, it's just interesting for me to know people are actually out there listening and interested in what I'm doing. It makes a difference, trust me. So, not feeling the most wonderful myself, but that doesn't make any difference to what I'm connected to and what I can bring through. So you won't get a lot of sparkling commentary from me today, but that's okay. You will get the important stuff, which is the energy we're bringing through. So I invite you to join me if you get into your own meditative space. We'll see what we can bring through and what more we can shift, huh? So close your eyes, whatever your process is, focus on your breath. Do whatever you can to just feel grounded, feeling that connection. Remember, go deep into the heart, into the core of the earth, and connect with her there, strongly feeling her coming up to meet you. And through the crown to source, feeling your connection through the two energies, holding and supporting you. Coming down, dropping into the heart space, and from there expanding outwards, rising up. In your mind's eye, review the earth, and from above, and we send through our love and our reverence. And flood the earth with light, the light of higher consciousness, the light of truth, the light of higher love and compassion. Whatever we've got in our arsenal to shift further the kind of messy frequencies and conditions we have on the earth plane at this time. Sending our highest thoughts and intentions for humanity, particularly as a species with the highest impact on the planet. We need us as a race to sort our shit out pretty quickly. I don't need to tell you what it's like out there. We have a plague running around the country. We have people at each other's throats. This is not an ideal situation. We need to further minimize the impact of those people who are trying to just cause harm and chaos and confusion. We need to reel that back in. And we call in and ask for absolutely all the assistance we have at this point in time, acknowledging each and every one of you listening right now and the massive team of guidance that each of you have in standing in circle with you. It's going to take us all. We need all of you right now coming through, focusing all the love, compassion, understanding, desire for truth, for higher consciousness to prevail. Break through all of the masking of the truth that is occurring. Although the less than ideal conditions we bring through, we ask for an age of enlightenment, of peace, prosperity, connection and compassion, cooperation for us all, for all forms of life. As always goes unspoken, we include within our field of reverence absolutely all life, from the tiniest microscopic forms of life to the highest apex predators roaming the planet. Of course, the earth and plant life, the very air that we breathe, the atmosphere that keeps life possible in the forms that we see in this planet, the most remarkable forms of life and beauty. We have here the water that we bathe in, that we drink, that we swim in, that provides life to the soils themselves, to the planet. We call in blessings for all of it. We ask to see it all rise up in vibration. The purest, highest lights shine brightly, come out from under coercion, come out from under oppression, even out from under, at this point in time, perhaps depression and hopelessness and despair. We ask for that to dispel, to be shattered, to be ripped apart, to be dissolved. Whatever needs to happen, we need the light of all the light weavers and bearers, the warriors of light, to come forward. We need the correct leaders for this age, for this time on this planet, to come forward, to be seen, to be heard, the confusion to simply fall away. We work on this every week till we reach the critical mass that we're all aiming for. And we support the soul of Gaia herself, her planetary body, and all that she offers to us, including our own bodies. We ask for the best, highest, and most benevolent outcomes. We know it is inevitable. We're moving through to a new age where life will present very differently. And we ask here for this to come forward in as timely a fashion as possible. We're all tired. We've all worked so hard for so many decades, and some of us for thousands of years consecutively. We would like very much to see within our lifetime the fruits of our labour, if it's at all possible. But we also temper this desire with that we all don't get smashed by the end of it. Let's come through in a benevolent way. So we balance the timing with the impact it has on us all physically. I'm sure in the big bad universe there are ways to make this happen. We all know life can, and our circumstances can change like this in a moment. It happens all the time. We go from feeling despair and hopeless and directionless to all of a sudden that spark comes back and we feel again rejuvenated, revived. We have our spark back. And so let's hold this as a space of possibility for all of us also at this time, to bring forward into the now, into the ever-present now, anchoring it in, allowing it to take root and grow and spread around the earth as quickly and cleanly as possible. Bring forth and fan the flames of your own individual spark and the desires you have your own life, because we're allowed to want wonderful life for ourselves. We're allowed to want happiness and joy and peace and prosperity. So fan that spark and light the candles of others with it. And soon we will have an enormous pool of light that will just grow and ripple out exponentially. And before we know it, we can indeed be living in an even more wonderful world. A world of prosperity and hope, of kindness, creativity, warmth, community, compassion and understanding for each other, where we simply learn from each other, where we gather wisdom from other places, whether we take it on and put it in our basket or we discard it, matters not, but that we learn. And we create and weave from the very fabric of the universe, the very light particles that at its core, the photons of light that create all life. We weave and create this new world, this new reality. And it begins, I believe, individually with us. We will see in our own lives first, because we choose it, because we decide to bring it forth, and because we look for the signs of its existence, and we'll feel it. And from us it grows and it ripples out, and we share this with the world. And soon others will see and share in our own visions and add their own. And we will live in the shared visions of many warm and wonderful hearts. And life will be good, even better than now. And so it shall be, as if it always was and always will be. As we pour light and reverence into Gaia's bright and wonderful crystalline heart, and feel the ripples of her own desires and her own heart moving throughout the earth, whispering to the hearts of many. We focus our eyes to see the signs of shifts and changes. We adjust our eyes to see the beauty already existing. We look to nature to find the patterns, the systems already working, and we adjust our own accordingly. And we decide, even in small and quiet voices, and even with tiny steps, to move in that direction. So we anchor in the most prominent and beneficial and highest timeline of all. And we bring it down, anchoring it into our own hearts, anchoring it into the soils on which we stand. Push out among the network of trees, of all plant life, throughout the crystal kingdom, throughout the elemental and the fairy realms, through inner earth, the angelic kingdoms that watch. And we ask with our own free will for assistance from all of these, from all of the dimensions and the realms that are aligned to our own inner visions, our intentions for love and the intentions of the planet, to assist at this time. And we ask strongly and affirmatively. And we fill up our individual cups so that we have the resources with which to do the work, with which to influence our own lives, those of our loved ones, our communities, and so the world. And from there, further out into the galaxy, because what happens on this planet, of course, is part of a much larger ecosystem, and what happens here matters. So let her light shine and reverberate throughout the universe, perhaps throughout the multiverse, who hell knows. But can you feel it, dear ones? Can you feel this light spreading? You feel the reality of a better, a greater life, a life of purpose, of freedom, of creativity, and above all, love. Love in all of the many varied and higher frequencies, for there is not just one. There are so very many frequencies of love and of hope, compassion, and we invite in more and more of them. We have a symphony of love playing out around the planet, flowing through as water flows, sinking in through the very soils to the core of the planet, releasing into the very atmosphere, seeding the clouds and falling back down upon the earth. Love, compassion, creativity and freedom. We wish it for all and we spread it around. We spread it from us. We call it to ourselves and we share it. With each interaction with the world, the trees and the flowers that we pass, we focus on their beauty. The neighbourhood dogs, as we pass them in the street, the birds in the trees, the butterflies, the pollinating insects, even the ants, all forms of life. We bless equally. We assist it all to find a harmonious balance so that none are left wanting, so that none are left being a problem, but we all can pursue our own agendas and needs and desires without causing discord or harmony to others. Let this world find that wonderful, magnificent balance where all colours, where all elements move around each other harmoniously and move in and out of each other's spheres and create just the most wonderful world reality for all of us. And so it is, my friends, and I leave you for today with this wonderful feeling. I invite you to gently float back to your own bodies, feeling yourself once more inhabited in your heart space, feeling yourself in your body, being aware of your breath, feeling grounded and calm and present. I invite you to disentangle your energies from elsewhere, call it all back to you. Make sure you're in there. Release what does not belong to you. Invite the violet flame to just have a good old cleanse, clear any cords or connections. Return to your life. I thank you so much for your presence today. It was wonderful to feel so many of you on the call live with me today. Many blessings. Thank you, and I will see you again soon. My best to all of you. Be well. Love yourself and the planet.